Hello Kate Nash, welcome to Ilosaarirocks.
Thank you very much.
Have you been in Finland before?
This is my first time.
What do you think of Joensuu?
I've not had a long experience here, like I've only been here for I arrived yesterday, but I did manage to go into Helsinki, which is really cool. Went to a nice place and had dinner, and this island seems very green and beautiful, so yeah, seems good.
Your career started in 2005. How did it all start?
Well, I guess I just how did it all start? Hard question. So I guess I got rejected from university, and I went back to music because that's what I grew up with, and I actually got into the Buzzcocks from being a teenager, and they helped me understand that you could be yourself when you wrote music, and that was a lot more relatable to me than trying to be something that you're not, and that becomes contrived. So I was inspired by them, and I wrote some songs, and I started gigging all over London, and then I was very lucky because it went my career kind of took off quite quickly, yeah, and then I recorded an album, toured the world, and took some time off and wrote a second album, and then I'm just kind of coming to the end of that now. This is one of my last festivals. It's my penultimate festival.
Your album Made of Bricks sold platinum, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel?
At the time, it was something that I couldn't really understand or come to terms with because I was very young, and everything just kind of happened really quickly and really big, and it was something that I didn't really understand at that age. I don't know how anyone would if you was 18 and all that happened. It's you just kind of become a bit blank to it. But now, as a 24-year-old, God, I'm so old.
No, you're not.
No, I'm only kidding. But as a 24-year-old and having had a second record and a lot more experience with touring and stuff, it's I'm really, really pleased about that. I'm very proud of it, and it's a nice thing to have achieved.
Well, you're often compared to Lily Allen and Duffy.
I've never heard the Duffy one.
Oh, so what do you think of that?
I think it's kind of an old fashioned, I was compared to Lily Allen when I came out a lot in 2006 because she kind of supported me, but I haven't really been compared to her for a long time because I think if you listen to our records, they're very different. We both have very different styles, but it's just what journalists tend to do is compare artists. They like to kind of put you in a box, and I don't really mind. I think that you just kind of have to focus on being yourself and trying to be creative and an individual, and also not be kind of worried about being compared to people because everyone else is doing their own thing as well, so it's fine.
So what do you want to say to young people like yourself who want to success and become a star?
Well, I don't think it's about being a star. I think that's that happens to be something that comes along with writing music sometimes, but it's not something that appeals to me. Celebrity lifestyle I find really unattractive and boring and dull and kind of grotesque actually sometimes. But I think if you want to be a musician and an artist and a creative person, then you just have to be yourself, trust your gut instinct, work hard, play loads of live shows, write music, write loads and loads and loads until you feel proud of something that you've written, and then don't be ashamed and don't let anyone put you down. A lot of people try and tell you that you're wrong and stuff, and you just have to be well, I'm an individual and I'm unique. So it's creativity is all about opinion, and no one can tell you really that you're wrong or right because it's just expression.
Yeah.
And it's just that's all it is. It's just expression. And I would definitely encourage us, in particular, both girls and boys, but in particular girls, because there are statistically way less female songwriters. In the UK, approximately like 80% less female composers than male that are like releasing material and recording material, which is shocking and it's very sad. So like, I don't know, I've interviewed a lot of school girls, like teenagers, about why that might be, and they kind of put it down to image and media pressures of girls having to look a certain way, which is so unfair, you know. Like I don't know when it became okay to say that being human is ugly and disgusting and wrong, and that we should try and like achieve some kind of perfection, which you never will achieve anyway, and that probably wouldn't even make you happy even if you did achieve perfection. I don't even know what that is. But if you're like interested in music and you feel like you have something to say, then just go for it. Just like pick up an instrument even if you don't know how to play it.
Yeah.
You know, you learn as you go along, and like just enjoy. Like I think it's all about like being creative and having opinions, really. I talk for ages.